Welcome to Spurs Vision TV. Right, good
Yes.
evening
Good
to all of you
evening, good
guys.
morning, good afternoon,
Yeah,
whatever
good
you
evening.
are in whatever part of the world.
Yes, good evening to all you guys in Asia, and of course, good afternoon to all you guys in Europe, and of course, good morning to all you guys in Americas, especially Canada. Right, don't forget Canada, where
Yeah,
our
playing
good friend
Mexico
comes
in
up.
sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, and they won, guys. They won. Don't
Did
forget,
they?
they won. Yeah,
What was the
they won
score?
2-1.
Okay, the
Canada won
Mexicans.
2-1. And the
So,
Mexicans were
so the,
frozen out. Frozen out.
that's normally one of my jokes.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Right, let me bring on a special guest, right, Mr. Johnny Einstein from Shelfside Spurs. All right, good afternoon, Johnny. How are you doing?
Hello, good afternoon,
Johnny.
Eugene. Good afternoon, Jamie. Good afternoon, guests
Okay, for
watching
what for
watching
once,
millions.
that someone from Shelfside Spurs is going to be the sensible one, because
I don't know about that, Jamie. I
no.
don't know about
When,
that.
when, when, you, when Jens and Rez come on, normally things get a bit loopy. But out the three of them, you're probably the most subdued.
I don't know if that's a compliment or a diss.
Well, you know me. You know me. I like to rabbit. So in a sense, it's good. You and
yeah,
Eugene can keep me in check.
yeah.
So
Yeah. But before we start, let's look into the chats, right, and say hi to guys, right? Scott M, big up, Scott M. Thanks for your time. Good morning, everyone.
congratulations,
Chris,
Scott.
yeah, uh,
2-1.
I think it's 2-1. I think it's 2-1, yeah. Chris Agomba, big up to Chris Agomba, right? And of course, big up to
Amzo.
Emzo. Yeah, big up to Emzo. Thanks for the support. Right. Guys, international break, right? Oh dear. What's there to talk about? Harry Kane getting what? 3 goals and 4 goals in 2 games. Of course, it was against
Yeah.
Albania and then San Marino, right? Not
Yeah,
not San Mar-
Mr. Maguire getting
2 goals too, yeah.
no. But he got told off on social media because he celebrated against Albania. Ooh.
Why?
Uh, I think it's because uh, playing these teams, we're expected to cane them, and the fact
Good
that he
one.
celebrated a goal against Albania like it was a goal against France or Brazil or whatever, it was too much celebration for the opposition we were playing. Um, I think personally, um, it's not that he scores that many goals for England, so he had a right to celebrate. But for whatever reason, one of the TV pundits took offence on the fact that he made so much of it. So, and also the stats, these games are great for Kane's stats to catch up and be the most England goals, this, that, and the other. Um, but it's San Marino, it's Albania. I mean, if these same stats were earned against bigger clubs, his statistical
Countries.
legacy, his statistical legacy would be more credible.
Ah,
It's
a
a bit
goal
like
is a
saying
goal.
yeah, and I know, but it's a bit like comparing Michael Jordan's stats against LeBron James
Michael Jack
stats.
Michael Jordan stats against Michael Jackson stats.
Against LeBron James stats.
Oh, who
LeBron
cares about
most of
basketball?
I do. I live in the Philippines. They live for four things: God, basketball, boxing, and shared meals. So
What?
they
Shared
love ha-
meals. Okay. Shared
they
meals. Okay.
yeah, they love having what's called a boodle fight. You know,
Oh,
everyone brings a
okay.
bit of food, they spread it out, and everyone just dives in.
Yeah, and that's how you got your problem the other day, right?
Oh,
Was it that?
no, that was actually not a boodle fight. That was a buffet, and
Okay,
that
that's
was
a
actually at a
buffet.
restaurant, and that was because
Okay.
I thought I had to get my money's worth, and they had a time limit, and
Okay.
I spent the next week regretting my decision to go for it.
Uh, just remember you're not Homer Simpson, right? That's all.
Stop! Stop!
Yeah. And Johnny, what do you think? Harry Kane scoring 7 and all that. I mean, tell the truth, right?
I'd rather you
Harry
do that for
Maguire,
us.
Harry Maguire is human, right? And if he scores, he celebrates. I mean, it's his prerogative. He can celebrate all any way he wants, just as long as it's not indecent or anything, or offensive and all that. I guess he has the right to do that. But Harry Kane smacking in 7 goals in 2 games, right?
Why
He's
not
got
for
like what?
Spurs?
He's got like 15 goals now in total, right? If I'm not
You know,
mistaken.
the best bit about that, Eugene, was because you have the panel on ITV that criticise him all the time. Ian Wright, I think he only got 7 goals for England, and 4 of his goals were against San Marino in one game. So they couldn't say shit. They were kind of hamstruck somewhat. They couldn't
Wait,
say anything
Johnny,
because
it
Ian
may
Wright.
be 10 o'clock here. We're not 10 minutes in yet.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Once in a while.
Also, it reminds me of in the World Cup. So England will crash out usually to some rubbish team, and then they'll beat some cannon fodder 4-0, and then they'll be in the press going, "Oh yeah, we've proved the point. We silenced our critics." He's like, on one hand, you got knocked out of a World Cup, and you've just beaten some crap team in a friendly. It reminded me of that with Maguire. I mean, obviously, Roy Keane's issues have been, like Chris says in the comments, Roy Keane's criticisms were more to do with Man United than England. It wasn't really anything to do with his England performances, was it? It was Roy Keane picking on his Man United performances.
I get so much social media feed and whatnot, trying to maintain my Spurs group on Facebook and keep on track for when we have these. That sometimes I get a little bit of info, but I don't get the whole story.
Yeah, it was Roy Keane, Jamie. Yes, basically saying he shouldn't be giving it all that because he's been so poor for Man United for the last 2 months. So it was a Man United issue more than an England thing.
So it's lucky that Kane kept his mouth shut then, isn't it?
They were goading him. Some of the questions were loaded. They kept trying to say to him, "Oh, you're playing poorly because you didn't get your move to Man City," and he kept correcting him and saying, "No, I've just had a bit of an issue getting back into the mental headspace after losing the Euros, and I'm the captain of England, and we lost in the final of the Euros in our home country, and they kept trying to bring Man City into it, and he kept saying, no, it's because I'm England captain and we lost in the final in our country."
Well, that gives me hope, because hopefully in the long run that means that rather than we haven't exactly spoken with glowing terms about Harry Kane in the last few months, hopefully he is going to redeem himself over the next several months, especially with Conte being the spur to his recovery of form.
Yeah.
So, hello, Cody.
Hi, Cody. You have to change your avatar. You haven't got a beard anymore, mate.
No. I've got him as my screensaver.
Oh dear! Come on, Jamie. Don't show me the beard.
No.
I've been looking at a beard for 2 hours with Mr. K. Oh, the one with the half cut. All right, you got it as a screensaver. All right, Cody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your support. Right, I think Cody's just getting into his lunchtime now, if I'm not mistaken. All right.
Yeah, but, Cody, don't go for a full Grizzly Adams, but I think you should grow the beard back and have it sculpted. So
you could grow a little tash like Eugene.
Yeah, the problem that Cody and I both have. The problem with Cody and I both have is we have baby faces.
Okay.
I only look my age when you get close up and see the white hairs, and when I take my hat off and you see the slap.
Okay. Like here.
I don't like my chin either. I fell out of my chin years ago.
Right.
Yeah, but at least you look your age. You're not like baby face. You don't look old before your time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your age normally.
Cody now says that Canada is a footballing giant. All right. And of course, Scott M confirms the score is 2-1, right? But if I'm not mistaken, Scott,
right. Okay, Scott, that's too much. Maybe ice hockey champions. You ain't going to be football champions.
Okay.
Your cup final might be. Your cup final might just be if you get like second place in your group, and that will be all she wrote.
Just don't over push it, right? We England might end up playing Canada in the final. England might lose.
No. Well, yeah, exactly. If England can hype themselves up too much and have egg on their face, Canada definitely. You've got to keep your feet on the ground and eyes to the sky.
We lost to Iceland a few tournaments ago, so Canada.
But guys, let the Canadians have their glory for a while, right? They have not beaten Mexico, I think, in a long time, so let them bask in the glory for a while. right? It's a good thing, right? And of course, Cody talks about his beard, right? The beard will return before you all know it. Haha.
Yeah, I sent him a meme
well.
saying that he's more beard. He's more beard than man. So
More beard than man, right? Okay, let's go to Johnny. Johnny, 7 goals against Albania and San Marino. Do you think it's a sign that Kane can get his form back?
Yeah, I mean, it's better him playing competitive games and scoring goals and getting his shooting boots back on than being around, training. I think didn't Conte saying it's better. He couldn't have given him better experience on the training pitch than him playing in those competitive games and getting the 7
Yep.
goals and getting his confidence back up. Taking chances again, and he played really well in the second game. Didn't he? Granted, it was obviously San Marino, but you could see that swagger around him. He was moving around the pitch with a bit more grace, wasn't he? He was sliding around, and he didn't look sluggish, and he's been looking a bit heavy and sluggish recently, as he said. I think that had a lot to do with confidence.
Knocking out the cobwebs.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And I think if he'd have stayed on for the full game, he could have beaten Rooney's record in that game, couldn't he? Which is a shame he came off, really, because I lost interest when Kane went off.
He could have done a Defoe against Wigan.
Yeah. I was there at that game. Yeah, I loved that one. The only thing everyone that goes to that game says, Jamie, is that one goal that Wigan got, it should have been disallowed because it hit Shana on the hand. It was handball. Every time you speak to them about that game, they say that Wigan goal should never have stood.
No, I think that season my shirt had Defoe 5 on the back.
Nice, yeah.
So,
nice.
Defoe 5, okay.
I remember the free kick from who scored the free kick? It came off the bar and it down and in. Nico Cranshaw scored that free kick off the bar as well.
I don't hear that much. Don't hear that. I mean, amongst all the ex-Spurs players, don't hear that much from Defoe these days.
He's been on the channel over here, Jamie, the last 2 games for Tottenham, or the England games. Sorry, he was in the studio, the ITV studio, for the 2 England games. So he was kind of representing us when Roy Keane and I think it was Ian Wright or some gooner were constantly picking on us about Harry Kane.
Okay,
and
we have cable and internet providers tend to stick to condominiums and areas and whatnot. I would have been able to watch that if I'd been back in McCarthy because I had Sky cable. But here I've got PLDT and that's just telephone and internet. And
he's actually just been made the Rangers temporary manager, Jamie, because obviously Redknapp. Because Gerrard's gone to Villa. He's the temporary manager of Rangers at the moment. Defoe, he's been put in temporary charge.
Okay, I'm not.
Hold on. No, Defoe has been put as the temporary.
Yeah, temporary manager of Rangers.
Okay, but has he had any experience prior? No.
I think he's on the coaching team. One he got given it. They extended his contract this year, and he was player coach. So he was on the coaching panel, but obviously hasn't got a lot of managerial experience.
That will be interesting.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. If Arthur, if you're watching, right, I've sent the link to your WhatsApp and your Twitter account. Let's see whether you can hop on. Big up to John.
Good afternoon, John.
Yeah, John. Good afternoon. Right. Coming back.
Actually,
right. So
is John in Ireland or is he in Canada?
I'm not sure. Maybe you just ask him, then he'll let you know.
Hey, John, are you in Ireland or Canada? I forget.
Well, you're asking me, right? Just ask John. John is watching the show.
Because if he's watching, he can go ding.
Yeah.
We wait
guys, hold on for a while. Let me bring on another guest.
Well, brush your teeth then.
Hi, Arthur.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Arthur. You all right?
Yeah. How's everybody? All right?
Okay, we should play the Minder tune when he comes on.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Daily.
Actually, no, that was your son. That was your son.
And listen, don't start with me as soon as I get in.
I've seen that.
Jamie,
John, you're a warrior. 114 and you're still up. Man.
Yeah, we're all warriors in the Spurs family.
He's
right?
more than us. He's already in. He's already in Thursday.
Yeah. And hi, Arthur Heavens. How was your weekend?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
If I show you, yeah. Can you see the flowers?
Oh, okay. Who caught that?
Load them.
No, I think they're just sunflowers from the wedding. I don't think he did a rugby dive to catch them.
Oh,
No.
okay. No, I thought it was the bouquet was thrown to the back, and maybe who caught it.
We had to stand up in front. We had to stand up in front of over 200 people because we've been married 50 years this year. So
golden boy.
Yeah, he was saying to his daughter, you know, as long as yours lasts, as long as Arthur's and Iris's and Mum and Dad's, and that's my cousin, obviously. But yeah, it was really good. You'd have enjoyed it there. Brilliant. The food was superb.
Okay, that's good.
I've had dinner. I'm okay.
Yeah. And Arthur, Iris's birthday is on the 16th of November.
Yes, yesterday.
Same birthday as my wife too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah. I had to take her out to dinner last night. Right.
Had to.
Last night. Yeah, had to. Yeah.
Listen, I'll say it in Italian. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, good one. Yeah. Congratulations.
Congrazione.
No. It was something else. Yeah, it'll come to me in a minute.
I tell you what, Arthur, they timed that wedding well, didn't they, for the international break, so they didn't have to miss any Spurs games. They've done well there. With the planning there.
I'll tell you what, if that had clashed, John, I would have said, bugger it, I'm missing it. I'm not well.
And guys, let me read out a few comments, right? Hi, Cody, everyone coming in 2 feet this week, right? Okay. About the beard. Have you seen it?
Mine was just administration, Cody. The avatar's got to change, you know?
At the moment, all four of us are more hirsute than he is.
Yeah.
We've all got more facial hair than him.
Yeah. Arthur, did you know that Cody shaved off his beard?
Because he had he had to get 1,000 people like the comment, and he was going to shave it. He should have gone for more. He should have gone for more before shaving his beard off.
Yeah. But
I just remembered the word.
Boys, okay, that's a good one.
I just remembered congratulazioni.
Oh,
okay.
Congratulazioni.
Yeah.
And pineapple on pizza.
Pineappleonia.
So, I presume you guys saw the international?
Hell yeah.
Bits of it, but no, not really.
Actually, I didn't actually watch it. I watched a bit of the Albania match, right? By the time it was like 4-0, I just went to sleep. It
looks like, you know, several of our team that are playing for obviously different countries, they've all done very well.
Mm. Yeah, I watched the Wales game last night, and Rodon and Davies, they had to like snuff out Belgium for about an hour, and they did really well to snuff them out to qualify for the World Cup. Yeah. They did really
Davies scored, didn't he, John?
He nearly got two the other day. He set up the first one. His shot was fumbled by the keeper, and they put it in, and he scored from a corner. About 2 minutes later, and the keeper did well to save his second goal. He was on fire.
Or quote those famous words. What's going on?
You know what? He kept getting head injuries, so maybe he was concussed and he thought he was Beckenbauer or something like that. Probably told him it was someone else.
The ultimate head injury is Terry Butcher.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It was with Hoddle. That was with Hoddle. He clashed heads with Hoddle.
Clashed heads with Hoddle.
Yeah, Hoddle had one as well.
Yeah. Nah, but those were good old days, I guess. If nowadays you clash your head and you bleed like that, right? I think you'll be substituted for the concussion rule thing.
Yeah, concussion.
And also the fact that he had so much blood on his kit.
Yeah, they make you change
nowadays you can't. Nowadays you can't have blood anywhere. Yeah.
Cheers. I've just had 2 cups of tea, which is probably why I'm a little bit hyper.
Okay. All right.
It's my first. My son just done it for me.
No, the nearest I can get to a proper cup of char is they do have Marks and Sparks out here, and they do sell a selection of the teas. So Marks and Spencer's extra strong.
Does it taste differently because of the water over there, Jamie? Is it like harder or softer or?
No, I think the only reason it tastes a little bit different is because my wife most of the time adds honey or muscovado sugar and not just the normal sugar. But no, it's good enough. It's good enough to keep me connected. I don't feel so homesick if I have a cup of char in my hand. And you can get digestives here, even the Marks and Sparks and the McVitie's.
I'll make you jealous. Look at those.
Look at Jimmy's face. Yeah.
Now stop it. Have you noticed how quiet the background is today?
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Where's wifey?
One of my wife's friends has taken her out to lunch.
Oh, so we're not going to be saluting throughout.
No, you'll be all right. So, Rez, you can come out from hiding now.
I think he's back at work this week, isn't he?
Hold on. It could be him. It could be Rez. I got one more guest helping us.
If Kim or your son come past.
Yeah.
Well, Kim is presently with Bobby, and they're sorting her flat out at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, so whenever your son passes, we can salute your son.
Yeah. He's here. Bless him.
Guys, hold on. Let me bring on one more guest.
Coach Stelios.
Coach Stelios.
Today, 1 second. That's 1 second.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Today, you need a cup of Stelios. You need a cup of tea. You're sounding a little bit hoarse.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. You have to say good afternoon to Coach Johnny and Coach Stelios.
Yeah. Thank you. Well remembered, Eugene. Well remembered. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. Hi, Stelios. How you doing?
Mate, I love your little intro thing. It's like vintage kind of grandstand.
Wacky Races. We got a new contestant coming.
Yeah, it's like old school. It's old school football artwork. It's brilliant. I love it. I love it.
I somehow or another a colleague of mine found it.
We're all a bit vintage anyway, so
yeah.
True. If Bobby was here, he would say that we all our ages add together would be like 1,002 years old or something like that.
And if you take away Arthur, it'll be about 50.
Listen, don't you start. I've bloody got
don't you start.
Arthur. I'm just within spitting distance of 50 anyway, so my maths is out.
Jamie,
all right.
With age comes good experience and wisdom.
That's true.
Well, I've had good experiences. I think the wisdom hasn't quite kicked in yet.
Okay, big up, Coach. All right, John is saying big up to you. Which one? There are two coaches here.
Oh, that's Stelios.
That's Stelios. Yep. Stelios. I was with Stelios earlier this morning. This afternoon, this morning, our time.
Is it numero uno?
Yeah, numero uno. Yeah.
Numero uno.
Yeah. And guys, any news on Romero's the scenario there? He hobbled off injured and all that. Johnny was saying maybe he's got a hamstring problem or something. Any news on that?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. He went off injured for Argentina. Bob said he was sat with the team afterwards and he walked off the pitch. But you can still walk with a hamstring injury, can't you? So it's too early to say, I guess. Even if it's a minor one, it's going to be 4 weeks, isn't it?
We never get away from the international break scot-free.
No. Literally the very last game, wasn't it? All the European ones completed, and then that very last one. Just when
I've never known a season where we've played internationals and we haven't come up with an injury list of some sort.
Yeah, that's Spurs, right?
That's really bad if he's injured because Oliver Skipp's suspended for Sunday as well. That's two big players that we don't really have cover for. Well, actually, I guess Rodon and Tanganga can come in. We do have cover for centre back, but not for Skip.
Højbjerg was injured as well, but Denmark have already qualified. So if he was touch and go, I guess they just didn't bother risking him. So hopefully he's all right, and they just didn't risk him. No point, is it? If they've already qualified.
One football is saying that. So some reports suggest Romero, who's had 13 appearances across all competitions since joining the summer, is now a doubt to play in the Leeds visit to Tottenham Stadium on Sunday afternoon, but they don't talk about anything further than that. They say, but this will be of little comfort to Spurs, who are waiting to assess the extent of the problem and will ensure Romero undergoes tests to determine the extent of the issue. So at the moment, it's to be seen.
Okay, all right. But guys, especially to Johnny and Stel, if you have scenarios like that, would you change the formation? Tweak it a bit?
No, I think Dyer will still play. I was saying on our group earlier, Rodon had a really good game for Wales, and obviously Davies on the left of the three for Wales played well again. But I think he'll keep Dyer in, so he might bring in Rodon or Tanganga, I guess, alongside Dyer and Davies. That's what I'd suggest. Did
I was
it'd be
going to say,
interesting. Yeah, go on, Rafa.
Yeah, sorry, Johnny. I'd like to see bloody Rodon given a chance. You know, I think there's a lot more to this fella than meets the eye as well. I think he's very good, and he's got passion, which is what you want.
I say it backs the wall against Belgium last night. I say they had to snuff them out. I think they scored just before half time, and they had to get the draw to finish second, and they snuffed them out in the second half. Yeah, they did really well. Wales.
Brilliant.
Another interesting One Football saying that they reckon that Dele Alli has run out of time at Spurs. He's not factoring in Conte's future plans.
No shit.
No, but what I'm saying is, when Conte first came, it was like, oh, it might be Ali might get a renaissance and whatnot, and now it's like the initial little buzz is over.
Okay, no, you know why, Jamie? Right? Conte has had now 7 days straight with the boys who didn't go off international break, and I'm sure with Conte's caliber of coaching, right, he can see who is there for him to take, right? So if those who are not there for him to take, right, he will just not take them. That's all, right? But Stel, coming back again, if Skip doesn't play, right, do you think Wings or Ali have to come into that position?
Yeah. Firstly, when I said no shit, I wasn't saying that towards Jamie. I was saying that in general, like, oh, what a surprise. Dele Alli's not going to...
Either that or you're constipated.
All right.
Oh,
I never thought I'd say. Yeah, go on. I never thought I'd say this, but you know, we haven't missed Dele Alli, and if he goes, he goes.
I was done with Dele Alli.
We can wave him goodbye.
I don't want anyone from the old regime at the club anymore. Lloris, Son and Kane are the only ones. Everyone else, I don't want them at the club. Which is why I'm against Bale coming back. I just finish, be done with it.
Well, I think anyway.
Yeah, but you know, when a new manager comes in, everyone gets a chance. You know, everyone will get a. Look at Ben Davies. He's now in the team every game practically, so everyone will get a chance. I think at the back, I would drop Ben Davies for Leeds because he hasn't got pace. You can't coach someone to have pace. Leeds have got pace, and anyone that attacks that side with pace is going to rip Davies. He got roasted against Vitesse, absolutely skinned. So anyone that really targets that side with pace, and Leeds, as much as they can't defend, they are good going forward, and that's why I don't know about Davies for Leeds. I'd drop him.
Tanganga, Rodon, Reggie.
Yeah, or even Sanchez. As much of a calamity defender he is, he has got pace. So maybe Sanchez.
Yeah, I thought Sanchez has been playing quite well. You know, even with the head injury, he's like Terry Butcher, wasn't he? Like the old warrior.
I think Tanganga's made for Leeds still because he's good at one-on-one defending, and we're going to have to deal with a lot of counter-attacks. I think if we try to press them high up the pitch, he's good at one-on-one, isn't he? So,
I'd love Tanganga.
But you say if it's a left centre back, then you're looking more like Rodon to replace.
He'd be on the
Davies.
Right, I think.
Yeah.
All right then,
Davies
guys.
plays on the left, right? Plays on the left centre back.
Like, Dyer and Sanchez, both of them, no matter how well they're playing, they've always got a huge fuck up in them. They've always got it. That will never go away. You're just trying to reduce the amount of times they do it, but it's always going to be there with them two.
Yeah.
So when they're both playing, you're doubling the chances of it happening, and that's where you now got to think, what do you do with this back line? So I would probably go Rodon, Tanganga, Dyer.
But who plays in the centre?
Yeah.
Dyer.
I think it's lack of concentration with those guys, isn't it? Still, like they just
hopefully Conte's starting to give them a bit of focus.
Well, that's what I said.
I just think Dyer was never an out-and-out centre-back. I don't think he's naturally a centre-back. And with Sanchez, I don't know about you guys, he just looks clumsy. He's like a clumsy player. He's not... He doesn't look in control and confident and assured and commanding. He's always looking a bit... There's a weariness in him, and it's just... He doesn't give you.
Still, he's a bit like the Hulk, isn't he? A bit like the Hulk.
But still, get back to the question, the original question I was asking you, right?
Yeah.
Without Skip there, who will come in?
Winks
will come in.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for the encouragement, mate.
And he's had 2 weeks of training with Conte, so to play in this game, so you'd hope he could get through this game at least.
I'm not agreeing with it. I don't, because I'm totally against Winks being a holding mid. I don't think he's a holding midfielder. I never have. I think Spurs have ruined him. We've ruined a player that was decent.
Better than a stopgap.
He's been ruined in that position. But I think he will come in.
No, if Winks come in, right, would he be given a different kind of task, maybe, to bring the ball more forward, to play more forward passes instead of being the old Winks that keep passing sideways and backwards?
I was saying on a stream last week that I think we should play 2 attacking mids, 2 holding mids. And when we're in possession, one of the holding mids should go into centre mid, so it goes to a 1-1-2. But when we're out of possession, the 2 holding mids should hold, and one of the 2 attacking mids should then go into the centre mid. So you've got like this movement between attacking mid and holding mid, where one of them vacates the centre mid area. I would like to see that happen because I that's what I do and it works. But I don't know if Conte is going to do it because he likes playing with 2 up top. Because to do what I said, you can only play with 1 up top. But he likes to go with 2 up top. But he earns £15 million a year. I earn 15 quid an hour. So big difference.
We get it, Coach Stelios.
I'm not Conte level, man. He's like next level coach.
Yeah. Of course, he's the next level coach.
Johnny Einstein. He's more my level, you know.
Oh, Johnny, right? Still have to bring you in it, right? Yeah, Johnny. Just a question to you. The same thing. Do you think what Stel says? You know, if you will bring in Winks to be a holding, or will you change it to like 1 holding mid and having like Ndombele and Lo Celso together on the pitch?
Depends if Højbjerg's fit, doesn't it, really? Because we won't have any defensive midfielders if he is injured.
Oh my God.
I think
wow.
Hopefully it was just precautionary because Denmark have already qualified. But I think it will be Højbjerg and Winks, won't it? I think. And it's Chelsea's system. He did like to play with 1 up top still. He had the wide guys around Lukaku, didn't he? When he was at Inter. That guy that did that video I sent you the other day, he was saying that he'd like to play at 3 up top with the central guy and then the 2 wide guys. So it's something he could consider for the Leeds game.
Didn't he have Martinez up top as well, though?
At Inter, yeah. But when he was at Chelsea, he liked just the 1 up top and then the 2 wide guys in and around.
See, I prefer that, Johnny. I prefer that, the 1 up top. I don't. I just think
it suits Sonny that system.
Suits Sonny
and Lucas maybe.
Do you know how I look at it? I look at Spurs and I think Lucas Moura, Ndombele, Lo Celso, Dele Alli, and I'm going to put Winks in this group as well, although it won't happen. I think we've got more players whose best position is in an attacking midfield role than any other position. So we should play with 2 because that's what we've got at the moment. And because we're not creating enough, put more players in that creative role to try and create then. I just feel that we're a bit too... We're focusing so much on the wide areas that we've neglected that middle part of the pitch.
Yeah. I think he'll have an excuse not to play Lo Celso as he's been away with Argentina. So I think it'll probably be Ndombele, won't it? Brian Hill's obviously been injured, hasn't he? So he's not in the reckoning at the moment. Although he's probably been working with Conte for the last 2 weeks, hasn't he? So he might have caught his eye there. Hopefully he did.
Yeah. But guys, any news on when will all our players be back together as a team? By tomorrow or by Friday? You know, we still like that. Is Son still in Asia, or is he on his way back?
Welsh guys played last night, didn't they? So they'll be back tomorrow. The Argentinian guys have got to travel first, haven't they? So they'll probably be back Friday. Yeah.
Friday.
So they'll have all day Saturday together, won't they? That's probably about it.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's lucky we've just got Leeds rather than a bigger club to play against.
Just give a big shout out to Wayne Bonner. Thanks for support, Wayne. He's always there. Hi, Wayne. Right. Yeah. But Leeds games is today's Wednesday. We got another 4 days to go. So there's a lot of speculation. Like I've been saying, right, during the international break, don't be surprised. There are a lot of changes for the team that's going to play against Leeds. But of course, with the force card on, the 5 yellow cards, Skippy won't be there. So there's one of the changes that Conte has to look into,
Romero
right? Then of course, now Romero is another injury scenario, right? So
Sonny had a niggle as well. He didn't train.
Sonny has
Korea
and then Sonny has to come back from Korea and all that, right? And of course with jet lag and all the things that you have to play into account. Don't be surprised that we're going to find a very different team out there, right? It might not be, of course, it won't be the same 11 that started in the 2 previous games. But now, of course, we come to the thing is that we haven't been scoring or even having shots on goal. I think that is the part that Conte has to try to solve first, right? Okay. And yes, go ahead, Jamie.
You're making me feel like it's just going to be park the bus, and make sure we get something out of the game rather than expecting a win.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, the team might not be the same. The players that he chooses out there might not be the same. But what we do expect that he does always has a standard 3 at the back. He won't change into the 4, right? And he likes to play the wing backs that goes onto the wide. So Emerson and Reggie. Did Emerson go to Brazil? No, right? He didn't leave. He wasn't called up. Reguilon, was he called up for Spain? Right? So these 2 players have to be on the wide. If we don't have these 2 wing backs, right? The other option you're going to have is Doherty and maybe Ryan Sessegnon. But
Sessegnon's back in training. Doherty had a good game again for Ireland. He had another good game, to be fair. 2 good games, actually. I saw them both. He played well both games.
Yeah, and what happened? What happened is that Doherty got a number 10 jersey, right? So that we were saying that's going to turn into a collector's item,
a rarity.
Yeah, rarity, right? And big up to the night, right? Hi, the night.
Hey.
Big up, right? And coming to it, international break's over. I think it's over for all the countries, if I'm not mistaken, right? For the European group stages, is completely over. So now the next few international breaks, it will involve the playoffs and all that. But of course, for the countries like North America, Asia, and of course, North America, Asia, and of course South America, the games are still going on.
There's African nations to come as well. I think that's January time, and so a lot of the clubs are going to lose clubs to.
That's gonna batter Arsenal and Liverpool.
And Liverpool,
yeah. Oh, Arsenal and Liverpool has a lot.
In previous seasons, it would have battered us, but most of our players seem to be European or South American nowadays.
Okay. But Emerson was called up to Brazil. Yeah. Well, thanks, Scott. Emerson was called up to Brazil. Thanks for the information. International goal scorer, King 7, Bergwijn, right, Davis. Yep, these are the 3 not eating sauce and mayonnaise will have such an effect.
We forgot about Bergwijn. He had a stormer apparently for Holland.
Mate, do you know what? Go watch Bergwijn yesterday, right? He's taken a shot completely unmarked, 10 yards out, and he's just done what he always does. He just whacks it with as much power as he's got, and as long as it hits the target, it'll probably go in just out of the venom. It was a venomous shot. If he was a striker, you'd say what a finish, but it was such an un-Bergwijn-like finish because normally he misses. He just leathered it. Okay, fine. Give him some credit. And then the assist. He's picked up the ball on the halfway line. There's no defenders. He's just got a straight run to goal. And you're like, everyone's like, oh, God, look at Bergwijn. Like, there's no one there to challenge him. Like, and it's just, everyone's blowing. Norway have thrown everyone up. Mate, they put the whole 10 men up front because they're trying to get an equaliser in the last minute. And the ball falls to Bergwijn. He just runs down the middle. And everyone's like, oh, Bergwijn's back. Conte's magic. It's like, oh, shut up. Stop it.
They're all blowing wind up his arse.
Do it against Leeds. Do it against Leeds, Bergwijn. And then I'll begin to think, okay. But I don't know. I think these international duties, a lot of our players were playing against weak opposition. Belarus, Albania, San Marino. Norway were they threw everything at it last 5 minutes and opened themselves up to the counter. So, look, I don't want to dismiss them because in the day they're our boys, and I'm glad they scored. I'd rather they score than other clubs' players score. But I'm not one to say, yeah, the mayonnaise and ketchup is working. Woo!
Well, you know how Scott is, right? And he's calling you negative.
But I would say keeping.
But he's laughing. He's laughing.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I know. But nah, come on. I think the mayonnaise and ketchup issue is not going to manifest itself in 10
That's
days.
True. That's true.
Yeah, very true.
That's true.
Let me see. Okay. Oh,
well
surprisingly,
done, Chris.
how well players. Yeah. Rather than playing as Spurs. No, that's the weird thing, right? What Spurs do, right, is they buy all these players, right, and play them out of position, and then when they play like shit, right,
exactly.
they blame it on the manager, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't understand. Maybe the managers are shit for playing the players out of position, right? Or there's some kind of higher order coming down to tell the managers where to play the players.
Eugene, why don't you say what you mean?
Where do you guys think Lo Celso and Ndombele's best position is?
Oh, to tell you the truth, I'll go first, right? Ndombele, I think he plays best as a false nine, right? When he does all his tricks and all that in the penalty box, right? And try to get off a shot. That's what I think he should be doing. Instead of doing all his tricks in the middle of the field where he loses the ball 80% of the time, right? And all hell breaks loose from there, right? That's why I feel. Lo Celso, I'm still trying to figure out because he plays so well for Argentina on the left, if I'm not mistaken. Does he do that on the left, right?
Yeah, the 4-3-3, yeah.
Yeah, on the left, right? But somehow or another, whenever he plays for Spurs, even though you put him on the left, he doesn't perform. Right?
He ends up on the right, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he ends up on the right or ends up in the middle. Right, so I guess that's it, right?
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah.
What a ringtone!
Arthur's phone proves that he may be mature, but he's still funky.
Missy Elliott, 1 minute man.
And Jamie, Stelios question: what do you think? Where should we put Lo Celso?
I've never in all my years I've never really caught up with the false nine and this, that, and the other. I would say that both of them until Ndombele gets some more stamina, both of them are super subs, and that's all I can really say.
But if they were to be substituted on Jamie, where would you play them?
I would say Ndombele attacking mid, and so I would say CMF for Lo Celso.
Central midfield. Johnny, what are you thinking?
Interestingly, we've had this debate before, haven't we, Stel? You prefer him a bit deeper, and I said I think he's a number 10, but he had an interview the other day.
He's a number 10 then.
Yeah, he had there was an interview with him the other day, and he said he doesn't like playing that advanced style. He said he prefers playing deeper. He doesn't like playing.
Ndombele?
Yeah, he prefers playing deeper. He said
he
said he feels he can impact the game and get on the ball more.
So you're saying he'd more likely be a CMF?
Do you know my issue with this is that Ndombele, I think his best quality is he's got two brilliant qualities. One, his ability to beat a man is unreal, and his footwork is one of the best I've seen, honestly. So he's great at getting out of situations and then driving forward with the ball after it. So a bit like what Dembele did, drop his shoulder, then drive forward. So that's why I think, he should be deeper. But he's also got that killer pass on him that I don't think anyone else in the team has got. He just threads it through the eye of a needle and gets it to where it needs to be. Having said that, if he's going to play in that role, he doesn't get about the pitch or has the levels of movement that Wanyama and Moussa Dembele had. So it's almost like you got it here, you got it in your footwork, but the engine, there's no engine. No. He's like a Concorde without any engines. So
that means he has to cut the mayonnaise and ketchup then.
This is why, Johnny. Johnny, I don't know where to play him anymore. That's why I was asking you guys. I actually don't know now.
Oh, all right.
He was worse than useless when he came on against Everton, wasn't he, for those last 10 minutes the other day? He just wasn't interested at all, was he? He was not interested at all.
What about Lo Celso?
No, he wasn't interested at all. Wouldn't Conte see that?
I think Lo Celso can only play in a three-man midfield. He can't. playing any other position, which is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Considering his club doesn't play that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, would you not put him in the? Yeah, actually, no. Then we have to go to a 4-3-3. Yeah.
He's no good in the two, is he? And
but when
can't
during
play the number 10.
No, when we were with Nuno, right? Nuno played the 4-3-3. Why wasn't Lo Celso working there?
I think he was.
And Nuno didn't play. And Nuno didn't play much, right?
He was obsessed with playing Delhi.
I don't think Nuno knew what he was. I think Nuno was just. I think the pressure got to Nuno, and he was just making decisions that he wouldn't normally make if he was in a more comfortable role. I think the pressure of being at Spurs just head's gone.
Yeah,
that Palace game for me.
Now you're making me think of TalkSport. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
Hey, Ankit. All right.
Johnny, it was that Arsenal game. Right. That Arsenal game for me, I was like, this guy, no.
Going long, yeah. And then, but the Palace one, I already had my concerns after playing three defensive midfielders against Palace. That was just mad.
That was weird.
Oh yeah, he did that, didn't he?
Yeah, three defensive.
That was weird.
You put Winks in alongside Højbjerg and Skip.
Skippy, yeah, and it was weird.
Yeah, and then he's saying, then he does his post-match interview. No, I do think we create. I do think we've got creativity. It's like, mate, you play free holding mids. What are you talking about?
Trying to convince the players more than himself, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah. Ankit is actually a Chelsea fan. Right? He says that now the Conte's in, right? You can expect me to come on more in the chats.
Eugene.
Often. Yeah.
Eugene, let me tell you something, right? Shout out to Almighty Blues for watching your show.
He's a good guy.
Man United fans, especially Arsenal fans, some West Ham fans, all of them have done nothing but bash us. Arsenal gone in. You've done it again, Jose Mark. They've all blasted us for this Conte signing, okay? But when you speak to any Chelsea fans, and let's be honest, the relationship between Chelsea and Spurs is diabolical. Yeah. But Chelsea fans, for the first time ever, are actually like, do you know what? We're taking you seriously now. We're actually going to take you seriously. So it's just amazing how different sets of fan base view the signing of Conte to Spurs so differently. And do you know what? I actually believe the Chelsea fans more because they've had him and they know what it's like.
Yeah.
So,
my mate was a big Chelsea fan. He said, "I'm worried about you boys now." He said, "You've got a top man in Conte." He said, "I'm proper worried about you boys now."
Yeah.
Yeah, let's come to it, right? The fan base and all that, which manager goes where, and all of a sudden when we get Conte, it's like we get about 3 levels of respect higher from a lot of the fans out there, right? And like me and Johnny was talking earlier about how the hell is Eddie Howe going to save Newcastle from relegation?
he took Bournemouth down his last job, didn't he?
Yeah.
At least he's an expert in taking clubs down.
Yeah.
Jesus.
How have they given it to him?
Okay.
How have they given it to him?
Yeah. Luckily, Arthur walked in when the door opened like that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Okay. Listen, I'm on duty because everybody's out except for my son, and he doesn't know about the business we do. So that was a client.
All right. No, you know why, Arthur? The door opened before you walked in. And then you were just looking at the door, just swinging open. It's like, all right.
Some Star Wars.
I'm not going to tell you why.
Okay, that's right. If you didn't walk in, right, then this video
you
will be
just call
something
me
like,
big boy from now on.
Arthur was knocked twice.
Yeah. Respect Spurs. Yeah.
Arthur.
There's some
yes, sir.
quality players. Without quality.
Sorry, Eugene.
All right. No, I'm just reading Almaty Blues Ankit's. He says respect. Spurs have some quality players, and we know that Conte can't do even without without quality players. Yeah. Remember Italy? Yeah, that's what. The thing is, guys, a lot of the Chelsea fans, right, actually do understand what Conte can do. He can turn average players into what I call elite players, superstars, or whatever you call them. Bring them up 3 levels higher in their performance and all. That's why Chelsea knows what Conte is capable of, right? And of course, the rest of the fan base, they're going to slackers and all that. Oh, you can't say, right? If Levy don't support him and blah blah blah, right? It's going to go down. But apart from Conte, we were just talking about Eddie Howe going to Newcastle. And Stel, you were just supposed to say something just now.
No, I was gonna say when the door opened and Arthur walked through, it was like
Oh, Star Wars.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I was going to wear one of my Star Wars shirts today.
Maybe he's not Arthur. Maybe he's Alec.
Still.
It was like may the force be with you. It's like and Arthur just floats into the room.
Floats into the room. Don't say that, Estelle. Arthur floats into the room.
Like Yoda.
Okay, Yoda.
Oh, okay. My wife is not home, you not.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. And what Anki says, right? Exactly. Eugene Conte was a fighter and a warrior, even on the pitch, right? And the guy hates losing, right? Just his micromanagement can become an issue after 12 to 18 months.
We've had a micromanager for 21 years, though, so I think we can cope with Conte.
Well, all I can say is let's just wait and see.
But you see, when you've got someone that micromanages, that's why it's important to constantly refresh. So if you keep bringing 3-4 players each window, what you'll find is that new player that comes in then keeps everyone on their toes again, and it just keeps
cycle.
It doesn't allow the environment to just become this is it, this is how we do it, this is how it. You need that. I think it was Alex Ferguson that once said you constantly got to keep refreshing your squad, and I think that's probably even more so when you've got a manager that's so intense like Conte, that's just almost like military style coaching.
That's true.
She's home.
Who's that?
Okay, who's that?
Probably Arthur's wife.
Delivery, I think.
Delivery. All right. Okay.
Perhaps Almighty Blues.
You're right. It's the wife.
It's the wife.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
it's not.
Present yourself.
It's Luke Skywalker.
No, it's Princess Leia.
Princess Leia's at home. Princess Leia.
I'm not going to rise to that, babe.
Iris, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Malagayan Karawan, as I say in the Philippines.
He's talking Malayalam.
In the Philippines they say Malagayan Kaarawan. That's happy birthday in Filipino.
Thank you, everyone.
It's Stelios you got to watch.
He's the
I'm
coach.
throwing you in it still.
It's all right. I'm used to it, Arthur. I'm used to it. I get dropped in it all the time.
I was doing Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West.
Don't forget, you're not far away from us.
Yeah, just down the road. Yeah.
Oh,
down the A10. Down the A10.
Down the A10. Okay, that's down the road, right? Now, guys, like Ankit says, Conte is a totally different kind of manager, right? His mentality, his focus, his micromanagement. That means he gets every detail down to the point. That means he will analyze the player. I mean, how many hours he sleeps. Most probably he would drop a regime for them to follow, right? What to eat, what time to wake up, how many liters of water to drink, how many of this you can take, how many this or that you can do. So I guess that could be the discipline that Spurs has been missing for. I think ever since Poch left, I think Spurs, a lot of players lost their discipline when Poch left, because by the end of Poch regime, right, a lot of them were complaining about the double trainings. They can't do this, they can't do that. And after that, what do the players do, right? They throw them under the bus, throw the manager under the bus. And remember, we were talking about this during the Talk to K show, Stelios, maybe during those times, the players had the power. And now when Conte comes in, right, Conte is the one holding the power. We hope that Conte is the one holding the power, to wield the axe if he has to, right, or bring out the cane, right? Were you talking about corporal punishment earlier? I can't remember that.
These players that moan about it's too demanding, he's too much training. These players are the same players that when Poch first came in, they said, "Oh, it's refreshing. This is exciting. We need the extra training. He's pushing us." And they're doing it now again with Conte. Mm-hmm. This is good. We're getting direction. This is what we... You're right. let's see if Conte is actually going to be given the power, because if they do kick up a stink, he's got to be able to boot them out. He has to. You know, like I said to you yesterday, if Ndombele stinks out the joint and Conte wants to get rid of him, and he tells Paratici he's got to go. This guy, forget it, he's got to go. But we can't get more than £40 million for him. That's going to be the litmus test. Is Daniel Levy going to say, right, I'm going to back my manager, lose £20 million on this player that cost me 60 million and get him out, or no, we're not losing 20 million quid. You got to keep him. That's going to be the telling point whether or not this is going to work or not.
I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely.
Hopefully he learned his lesson with Dele Alli, though. Look how much his values dipped by keeping him when other people wanted him.
Yeah. Look at Dele Alli now. How much is he worth? 20 million now, Dele? 25?
Yeah, if that.
And it's an old analogy, isn't it? Barrel of apples, one maggot.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. We've got about five maggots in our barrel.
Yeah.
5.
Right, isn't it? They get in the bloody barrel of apples and they go through the lot.
Yeah, that's right.
Perhaps the Chelsea fan watching will remind us why he left Chelsea. We obviously we know why he left Inter, because they said they were going to sell his better players and he wasn't happy about the direction of the club. But I know he sued Chelsea, didn't he? And he won when he left Conte. So I can't actually remember myself why he left Chelsea. He
left Chelsea because he wanted certain players, and Roman Abramovich didn't get it for him. And I think one of the players that he wanted, right, was Harry Kane at that time, if I was not mistaken. Right. And then did you go and see the interview in Italian where he slated the Chelsea, the owner, the club, right? And he said that, something in the sense like, why does Chelsea have to act like Tottenham?
Oh, Eugene, that video is fake, by the way. I put it out there, and then Iggy jumped in and said, Stel, you do know that's Conte having a go at another Italian club, and they've dubbed it for the English market. Because we don't know Italian, I'm like, yeah, I got sucked in, man. I got sucked in.
Oh, right.
That's Levy did as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys. But I know. But in the end, did Iggy translate the whole thing for you?
Well, the key bits that we kind of were laughing about, he said, no, it's got nothing to do with
nothing to do with Chelsea.
No, he was just losing it. He was just losing his shit. In Italy, the media's quite intense. I think he just lost his shit with them.
and they let it. I mean, they broadcast it. In a sense, And now they can dub it, and then they put English subtitles, and they, all right. Spurs fans being fooled again. All right, okay. I admit
and then you get thickos like me that get sucked in. I'm like, yeah, look at that, yeah.
Okay. At least you admit it, right? You're not biting onto it. Right?
Well, I can't hide it. It's all over Twitter.
And you were the one who put up. You were the one who put up the video.
It got retweeted like 100 times. I mean, I'm just like, it's just like,
Yeah, never let the truth get in the way of a good story. It had the impact.
I tell you what, Stel, you're a real troublemaker. You are.
I should work for the Sun.
Yeah. Good way.
Just a warning out there, guys. Right, if you're on the same track with Stel, right, just be prepared for about 1,000 messages coming through your phone. It never ends, Stel. Why? Why doesn't it end? Oh dear.
I don't know, man. It's I blame Cody, man. I blame anything on Twitter. I just blame Cody.
Yeah, Cody started it all, right?
I just blame Cody. Just blame Cody.
Yeah. But guys, after the international break, I'll just go around the panel, right? We start with Jamie. Jamie, are you still there?
I'm still there in body, maybe not in mind.
You woke him up then?
Yeah. Now, I just want to ask you, right? After the international break, have you got any thoughts, any feelings, about the injuries? Kane's. Hey, don't forget, Kane scored 7 goals against, Albania and San Marino.
Oh yes, no. Until that, if that can give him a bit more of a jolly up, and help his form move in the right direction, great. The biggest concern is we're still picking up injuries in the international break, and it's still leaving us coming into each season recommencement slightly weak. So just I hope that Conte is getting people fitter and getting people up to speed faster, so we can limit the damage that gets done every international break.
Yeah. All right. And Cody Mack says that I take full responsibility for what? I have no idea, but I will do that for you, coach. Oh, Cody.
Yeah,
Cody's
good lad. Guy. Good lad.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah. And the same question to you, Johnny. What do you think? What's the feelings? Because if I'm not mistaken, right? After this break, we'll go into another 6 weeks before the next one comes along, or is it?
I think
the next
it's
one
March,
comes along?
isn't it? I think it's
March or January. March. Comes along.
Thank God for that. I'm sick of these internationals.
So that means we have another 2.5 months, right, before the next international break comes in, right? That will give more time to Conte to look at our players and to devise something for us to look forward to.
January transfer window as well. After that.
January transfer window. Yeah, but before that, we've got another 6 weeks before end of the year, right? If I'm not mistaken, 5 weeks or 6 weeks.
We've got a lot of games coming up, Eugene. We've got about 12, 13 games coming up.
Yeah, there's
like 9 or 10 just in December.
There's a Thursday night Premiership fixture, isn't there? And we've got that game against West Ham on the 22nd, I think it is. 22nd December. There's lots of games coming up.
2 more European games?
Yeah.
So what do you think for this next 6 weeks, Johnny? Right?
I think it's always good for players who are lacking form, fitness, bit of mentality to go away, international duty, come back refreshed. I mean, you can see Kane, I said to Jamie earlier, he was floating around the pitch a bit. He didn't look as heavy and as lackluster as he did after he got those first couple of goals. So I think there's like a weight off his shoulders a little bit with Harry. He's got a few goals under his belt now, and I think he'll come back. I think he's going to be happier in his head as well. And now we've got Conte. And that was one of the issues that he had in the summer, that we weren't matching his ambition again, were we? So when we appointed Nuno, he was kind of depressed and just moping around, wasn't he? Because he thought, I'm stuck here for another year, no hope, we're not going forward, another year of stagnating, a year of going stale. So hopefully the appointment of Conte has kind of sparked his imagination somewhat. I think it would be. I mean, we know his mentality, don't we, over the last 6 or 7 years. So little things like that, I think it will spark his imagination and get him hungry and wanting to play for Conte and looking forward to actually building with the team again now, because he's obviously the talisman of the team, isn't he? So I think that the combination of the international break and Conte coming in, I think we'll see a new Harry Kane.
That's a good one.
There's still the talk of Man City making another attempt either January or summer.
No, they can try all they want, right? So that's their prerogative, right?
But he might have the needle with him now, because if the truth is as it played out that they didn't bid anywhere near his value and they were just piss taking the whole summer, then you'd think Kane would have the needle with them, wouldn't you, for not being serious about their bid and messing him around? So maybe he might have had second thoughts about going there now.
Yeah, true. And Arthur, any thoughts on the international break and what will it affect our team going down there?
I think, on a serious note, jokes aside, I think Kane has acted like a spoilt brat, in my opinion. And I think he let the situation between City and Spurs get into his mind. And he moped around, as Johnny said. If he has got his mojo back, and I pray that he has, and he knuckles down under Conte because he likes the idea that Conte is obviously one of the top coaches, if not the top coach in the world, we may yet see the resurrection of Harry Kane. We may yet see the next few years of him banging goals in left, right and centre, because that's his job after all. I want him to stop this running back to midfield situation. Although he's quite good at spreading the ball around, I want him up front, sticking the ball in the onion bag. That's what he's paid to do. As far as the international scene is concerned, I think it ruins and takes a team out of its step. Those ones that are being picked, and we're always facing the injury situation as we've been discussing today.
And fatigue.
So, fatigue. It worries me. And the problem is, using Harry Kane again, he wants to play every game, no matter what. And we've seen what happens to him. He has burnout, you know, and then he picks up an injury, and then we lose him for however long. So it does worry me. It worries me a great deal, you know. But Conte's not a fool, and in Conte I have faith. I think he will resolve the issues at Spurs. He's got to. If he doesn't, then what the hell are we all sitting here talking about it for? You know, I think he'll sort them out. But Levy's just got to make sure he lives up by what he's promised him.
Yeah, that's true. But the sad thing about Kane is at the moment now, right? Do you think Conte will drop him if he doesn't perform in the next 2 or 3 games?
Yes, right? I'll answer. But, in my opinion, I think Conte is strong enough. He's a bit self-opinionated, which is what you need. And his system works. He knows it does. He has faith in what he does. And if he feels a player's not pulling his weight or not up to the mark, out. And that's the way it should be. Nobody has a right to pull a shirt on for any team unless they're worth it.
That's true.
So Kane really needs to show that he can do it for Spurs like he's doing it for England.
That famous quote of his where he said he wanted to kill them, that was all to do with them putting the team first ahead of their individual needs, wasn't it? So
yeah,
you got to put the team first, otherwise he prefers to kill them.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, I'm selling my shotguns. He can buy them if he wants.
Oh dear, shotguns. And still, I mean, you know, international break, you know, and then we got 6 weeks before we actually can buy players, or maybe 10 weeks or so, including the end of the January transfer window. I guess Conte has to do what he has with the type of players that he has at his disposal at the moment.
Yeah. Every club's in the same boat. Everyone's got to deal with international breaks. And I think for us, the fact we're in Europe, we're in the Carabao Cup, we're still in the league, trying to finish as high as we can. We've got a lot going on, whereas clubs like Arsenal, they don't have to worry about Europe. So they've got a bit of an advantage, I guess. But do you know, this is what I was saying. Like everyone's adamant that Conte is going to play this system that he was really successful with, but you can only do that if you've got the players that can play that system, or if you can convince players or educate players how to play that system. And if you can't, you need to adapt until you've got the team that you want. So I was saying this to you yesterday, Eugene. I wouldn't be surprised if we slightly changed the way we play just to get us to January, because you can't wait till January to buy players and then just piss 14 games down the drain. That's like almost half a season. So
that's true.
He's gonna have to navigate through it, and we are going to get injuries. There isn't a strike partner for Kane, which means he does get fatigued, like Arthur says. The squad isn't great. It's not. Which means, you know, we're suddenly expecting Doherty, Winks,
Davis,
Dyer, Davis, all these players, Dele Alli, all to become brilliant now. They're not. Some will become a lot better. Some will stay the same. Some will probably get worse because they'll throw their toys out the pram then they're not playing. It's hard. Listen, this is why you get a manager at the start of the season and have a pre-season. This is the whole point of it. So we didn't do that. We sat Nuno, brought in Conte. I think this season's a bit of a write-off. It's a bit of a write-off, but we can still win a European Cup. And we can still finish top 6. We can do it. Mm-hmm. But in terms of top 4, winning the FA Cup, I think that would be unbelievable if we did that. It would be a masterclass from Conte and a bit of luck if we did that. So let's see, you know, if Man United sack Ole over Christmas because it really goes bad and they get in a good manager, suddenly they're going to be on the up. If Arsenal lose Emile Smith-Rowe to an injury and they lose Ramsdale to an injury, they're fucked. They're absolutely fucked. So if we lose Kane or Son, we're fucked. It's so difficult to predict what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks.
That's true. But like I said, it's just a wait and see game at the moment, right? And especially with this World Cup coming up next year, which is a bit weird. That's why we are having all this international break being congested in such a small time period, right? I guess it'll take a big toll on the players and all that, right? And I don't want to see so far yet. Try not to predict the future, right? Who is going to turn out the better player? Who's going to turn out the worst player and all that? But all we can do now as being fans is just we have to be patient, sit back and wait and see. Like I said, from day one since Conte moved to our club, I've always said I'll sit back and wait and see, right? Because a lot of things are not in his hands, right? The players are in his hands, but whether they perform for him, we still do not know. But I know there are rumors out there now, like that Ali might be out. Who you can use, who we can't use. But there's one more thing that I would like to ask you guys. Do you think that if he really gets tired, right, of the senior players not putting up with what he wants them to do you think he'll give a chance to the youth?
No.
Right. He won't. All right. Why do
Conte,
you think that?
Conte doesn't play a player unless he thinks he's good enough.
Right.
If a young player looks like they're ready, he'll play them. If not, he won't play them. He never has. He's never done that. He wants ready-made players that want to win now that can do it. So he hasn't got patience for Dane Scarlets and players that need another 2 years of development and need to go on loan.
That's why he wants De Vries.
De
Vries, yeah. See, potential. See, Tanganga's ready. Tanganga's ready. He'll get a chance.
Yeah.
I think Lavernier might get a chance because I think he's ready. But if he doesn't, it's because he doesn't think he's going to come in and do a better job than what we've already got.
Come to that still, I think Rodon's ready. Really, he needs to get in that back line and start playing.
He is ready. Conte isn't a project manager. He's not here for this long-term develop the project. He's here to results. Like
instant results.
He's basically here for what Jose was supposed to do, isn't he?
That's true. Right. But coming to this, how you say it? We have reached this juncture, okay, at this point of time.
So wait and see moment.
No, the group of players that he has, right, out of these 25 players around that he uses as his squad, that he might have to rotate them. He might bring some youth in to try to refresh up the senior players or something like that, right? Or maybe just give them a shake-up, right? Yeah. But we still do expect certain players to perform. Like the things like what has been happening with Davis, like what Stel says. Of course, Davis, we've been playing against weaker teams and all that, and somehow another Davis shown, but somehow another that part of that form did translate into the international games for Wales and all that for Davis, right? So maybe there's a slight chance there, but because I don't like Davis too, because he makes too many mistakes, right? And and at the moment now we can see that especially during the Everton game, we did have a lot of one touch passes, quick movement forward, one touch passes and all that, but the defense wasn't well tested. Like say now, the Leeds game could be the first little test because Leeds is a more attacking team, right? But at home, playing against Leeds, I don't think Spurs is going to park the bus, right, and do the counter-attacking thing. Do you think that we will go into that kind of tactic against Leeds?
Depends on how the team comes back from the break.
Okay, right. That's one fair comment.
And what Conte's been doing with the players that didn't go out, and what Conte's got in his mind anyway.
Well, what do you think, Johnny?
I don't think he'll park the bus. I think it'll be a cracking game for the neutral. It's on Sky, and I think it's on Sky, and so it'd be a hell of a game for those watching. Obviously, our emotions and nerves will be put through the ringer because the way Leeds play and the way Conte plays, it's going to be a hell of a game. Just strap yourselves in and enjoy it. Eh? And the atmosphere might be a bit better anyway after that last game. Jesus, that was top.
I'll let you know after the game on ringside on Sunday.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Stel, you'll be there too, right?
Yeah, I'm going to the game. Going for we're going for a cut.
Still.
We'll go. I'll give you a wave. I'll give you a wave from the curry restaurant. We're going for a curry after.
Johnny, you working on Sunday?
Birthday.
No, I'm there. I'll be there.
Three of you guys will be there. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Johnny, we need to meet up on a match day, man. We never meet up.
I keep seeing you on your phone doing your little video messages, but I don't want. I was tempted to come up and photo bomb you at some stage.
Just grab the phone out of my hand, man. Sod that.
Yeah. We're not a million miles away.
Oh, but do you know what? I'm going to call you when I get there. I'm going to give you a buzz.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, that's good. But guys, we are past the 1 hour 15 mark now. Like I said, my midweek shows are never that long, right? Because we save all the energy for the Sunday shows.
Your marathon Sunday show.
Yeah, the marathon Sunday
show. The show's short and sweet, just like my wife.
Okay, all right, okay. Grace. Yeah, Grace. Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Jamie.
No. Yeah, Arthur, Mrs. Pretty. My family name is Pretty.
Is it
Mrs. Pretty?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's a pretty woman who's Mrs. Pretty. So even when she's like just woken up, she's technically still pretty.
Grace, Grace, if you're watching this, please just forgive.
Please forgive me. No, she's downstairs watching the big screen. She's probably got it on Chromecast.
Okay,
that's the opposite. It's the opposite in Thailand, isn't it, Jamie? They give them names to ward off the spirits, like they call them like rat and frog and stuff like that, because they think the spirits will be attracted to them if they've got like pretty names. So they give them nicknames.
No. Yeah, my surname is Pretty.
All right.
I mean, I don't know what. I've never asked her, my mother-in-law, why she's called Mary Grace, but quite likely because the Philippines is a Catholic country.
Yeah,
Maria Gracia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, any last words you all want to add before I end the show? Of course, I'll let Johnny and Stel introduce their channels or plug in the channels and all that. What shows that you have going on? Johnny,
I think Sunday's going to be quite a good game, actually.
Yeah.
And this will be a good measure of Spurs as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we'll narrowly win. I don't expect a bashing of the opposition, but I think we'll narrowly win by the odd goal or two.
I'll stick with Arthur.
Yeah.
Johnny?
I like the intent of us against Everton. Oh, what's going on there?
Stell again.
Sorry.
It's Stell again.
It's got one of his little
coach.
bits of music ready. I liked our intent in the Everton game, so I'm looking forward to seeing. Now he's had a couple more weeks to work with the squad and the build up to the game. I'm looking forward to watching us play again, which is I haven't said that for a while. Under Mourinho and Nuno, I wasn't looking forward to us playing, but I'm looking forward to watching us play again. That one touch football and the way we're pinging it about against Everton is good to see. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table with a couple of weeks with feet under the table now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it still is. We're still going to respect the fact that it is a couple of weeks. I mean, last Sunday Arthur was saying about wait till Christmas and whatnot. I think that the true picture is not going to be evident until the turn of the year, and then we can start really nailing our opinions to the post rather than speculation.
That's true. And Johnny, your channel?
Yeah, my channel, Shelfside Spurs. We normally do Thursday or Friday. I think we're going to have another week off for this international break, isn't it? Take a leaf out your own book, Eugene. We didn't do last week because of the international break. I think we'll have this week off as well. We'll be back next week.
We should have a collab. Instead of being SSS, it'll be SSSSS.
And then TV.
Snake.
SSSS TV.
Or the far show.
Get the Spaniards on.
Scotcho!
You can find us on the Shelfside Spurs show. Come and like and subscribe and all that jazz.
All right.
All that jazz.
We're having the week. We're having the week off.
So 2 weeks already.
We'll be back next week. We'll be back next week to discuss the Leeds game.
Yeah, when Rez and Jens and actually Johnny more than I expected. When they come on our show, things get a little bit loopy. So
Jens is in hiding at the moment, Jamie, because Denmark lost to Scotland, didn't they, a couple of days ago? So we haven't heard. He's been very quiet on the group since Denmark lost to Scotland.
Just say to him he's welcome to make an appearance on Sunday, and we'll say, stop being depressed. It's not over yet.
No, but Denmark still qualified.
Yeah, they've already qualified.
They still qualified, so it doesn't.
It was a dead rubber game, but he's still licking his wounds. You don't want to be losing to Scotland, do you? Jesus.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You don't want to be losing.
Give him another reason to drink, though, won't it?
Yeah. I don't think he needs an excuse. Yeah.
That way don't need an excuse. But most of you guys will be going for the game on Sunday, so most of you Jens will hop on to Persuasion because Rez won't be here. I mean,
Rez is going. Jens is.
Rez is going. Jens, only Jens is the only one in Holland can't go, so he's
in Holland.
Don't worry. Yeah, so he'll join us. Yeah. So and Stel, the coach, Tottenham away.
Yeah. Sunday's match. Just got one thing to say. May the force be with you. May the force be with you.
No, you can shout to the Leeds players. These points are not the ones you're looking for.
You will not score. You will not score. I actually thought that we would beat Leeds United because I think they're so open at the back and defend. They're 17th in the league. They're not. I love Leeds, I love Bielsa, but the way they play. But I just think defensively they're so naive and they haven't sorted it out. But if Romero's injured, Skip's out. I don't know now. I'm a bit worried. And if Højbjerg's injured, like Johnny Einstein said, then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking we're vulnerable. So I really thought we were going to beat Everton. I really thought we were going to go away to Everton and win, but we didn't really come close. So. I'm going to go with a win. I think Spurs will win. But if it ended up a draw, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And your channel, Stel? Any shows coming up?
Yeah, we've got Spurs Atlantic on Friday. Michael and Jacob, they're back. And then we're doing our normal podcast on Monday. Just going over the weekend's matches. Mainly Spurs.
Are you going to make them? You're going to make them do like a presentation on who Brian Daigle is?
Brian Dagoul.
Brian Dagoul.
Brian Dagoul,
The Dutchman, Brian Dagoul.
Could I say the funniest thing was
from Toronto?
Brian Dagoul is when Jacob said, I don't know who Brian Dagoul is. Do you know who Brian Dagoul is? And then the other guy, Michael, goes to his phone and goes, yeah, I'm just Googling. Something about leave. It goes something about Levy out.
And do you believe it? He got the tattoo.
I
mentioned that as well. Yeah, this guy's nuts. He got a tattoo.
Mate, them two. Honest, so nice. So do you know what? Do you know what it is? A lot of American and Canadian YouTube channels or podcasts. They don't mix with the UK Spurs fans kind of thing. It's only really Cody Mack, Will Stewart, and the two Bryans. They're the only ones that really mix. So when I got Michael and Jacob involved, they were like, "Wow, what's this? This is brilliant!" Like they didn't realise this community was how it is because they just did their own quiet thing.
Yeah, they get insular. They feel like they're sort of like
on their own.
Spurs on tour. Oh yeah, this is it. America. We're just repping in America, and they don't really look beyond and forget the fact that it's the global game.
Yeah. No, but the best part is that they don't even know who Will Stewart is, right? The biggest North American channel.
Mate, Will cracked me up. Will came on the show last Friday, and he was like with them, and then when the whole Brian Daigle thing come up, he goes, "Well, you ain't gonna know if you don't know who Brian Daigle is. You ain't gonna know who I am." It's just.
That cracks me up. Yeah, but
everyone, make sure you hit the like, the notification bell, subscribe to Eugene
and the subs. We're nearly at 200.
Representing Spurs Asia.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, Manila, India.
See, in fact, Eugene, why, and how did you get involved with kind of the Spurs fans in the UK? How did that happen? Was that through Was that through Will Stewart in America? Or was it through? I mean, what made you do that?
Through Will.
Yeah, but what made you find? How did you find Will?
It started quite weird. I think it's.
Yeah, but why Will? Like, why Will though? Okay, I know it's because you watched it.
Probably appeals to his sensibilities.
Okay, that's how I found Jamie too. All right, through Will Stewart. It was very simple. In the beginning, of course, you go into We Are Tottenham, and then you go into David Harris and all that. But your guys' timing in the UK, right? Not that suitable for me, because when Will does his rants after the match, right? It's about 10 a.m. my time in Malaysia.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Yes, that's when I hop on.
When you do your after show, it's in the middle of the night for us.
Yeah, when you do after show, it's middle of the night. We are asleep. You see, so that's when I hopped on the Wills. That's how I met up with Jamie, right? And that's how I met. And actually, thanks to Mr. K, right? Mr. K is the one who brought me in. You know, when the first time I was with Will's channel, right? There were like 9 people in his panel.
He's good at that, Mr. K. Mr. K's good at that.
Yeah. He's good at. He brought me in, right? And even the Spursvision TV, the Spursvision name, right, also was conceived by Will. One day we were just doing a show, we were talking, and then he just said something like, "Hey, Eugene, why don't you start a Asian channel called Spursvision?" Right? Then I was going, okay. Then I was going, all right, I'll think about it. Then 2 days later, I just did it.
It works because it's Spurs, Asian, but also persuasion to follow Spurs.
Yeah, something like
that. And then you met Johnny Arthur and me, and you're like, what the fuck's happened here?
No.
To be honest, like
I think it was the other way around. Then they met us, and then they'll say, "What the fuck is this?"
but Eugene, to be honest, it helps us all feel more connected, and it's most definitely therapy.
Yeah, a lot of therapy involved.
Yeah, 20 years.
Sometimes with, and sometimes because of the blogs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No,
but it's become a bloody good family, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very good.
And you started out because who was it that pushed Arthur's petition to Spurs? You went from being this tearful little
do you know
guy to being a personality. You know,
if I ever come into a lot of money, I'm gonna do a Spurs YouTube AGM where I get all of our channels, fly us all into one location for a weekend, and just watch Spurs in a big game all together, and just make it like an AGM event. But I need to come into a lot of money. That's the only caveat. But if I do, I will do that. I think I'd love to do something.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful.
I reckon it should either be Toronto with Daigle's stomping ground, or it should be even if we go to a game a little more.
No, if Stel comes into money, right? Stel will buy
no.
executive box.
I'm telling you now. A beach has to be involved, and hot weather.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
right.
I'm telling you, I live in London. I need a beach and I need hot weather.
Okay. Well, I would say
you need Wi-Fi, and you need a cable subscription for the match.
In which case,
he hasn't got Wi-Fi where he is.
Yeah. No, Stelios.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I've got to get out of London.
Yeah, Stelios. Type in two names. Boracay and Palawan. Palawan's meant to have it's been given the award for the best beach in the world. Boracay is like nice, but it's also well.
I know Boracay.
So Boracay, and we can just sit on the beach and have the water gently lap our feet whilst we watch the game.
I'm thinking Miami. Cyprus.
Miami.
Listen, we could all go Cyprus. Yeah, we could go Cyprus. I know Cyprus as well. I was thinking Miami.
Yeah. Oh. And of course, welcome Colin Dunstan. Big up. But White had a good game.
He went.
Do you know what?
Yes, Arthur?
Just to answer your question, it was Kim referred me to you guys.
Yes.
And the first show I appeared on was Mari's.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's what Eugene told me.
Yeah.
That's where the
Love Lounge,
the name came from, and the legend and King Arthur and all that.
All I can say is whether it be prayers, whether it be stars aligning, whatever, I think the right people have come together at the right times, and we've all needed one another for one reason or another for the greater cause and greater benefit. So
yeah.
Do you know it was my channel that gave Johnny the name Johnny Einstein.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
because Johnny that. Really, Johnny?
Yeah, because he kept dropping these these deep philosophical bits of thinking to try and relate to what Levy was doing to the club. So he was so deep. We called him, mate, you're like Einstein, and became Johnny Einstein. The story went something like that. I'm sure it's something
Johnny,
like that.
muted. Johnny, you're muted.
No, Johnny's not muted. You okay, Johnny?
Hello.
Okay,
yeah. We were talking about Ndombele, weren't we? He was saying about him playing in the number 10 position. Basically, it was the story saying you don't judge a fish by his ability to climb a tree. It was an Einstein quote, wasn't it?
That's it.
So he was never playing in his right position. So what do we expect?
Don't judge a fish to climb a tree,
that's
right?
It, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
it's like deep thinking. Yeah,
that's deep thinking.
But the thing is, there are fish that actually do that.
They are?
No, they don't. They don't literally climb a tree. They may climb onto a log, like the mud skippers and stuff like that. But
there are fish. There are fish in the Amazon that climb up your knob as well, aren't they? When you're having a wee, they go up your knob.
Excuse me. I'm about to go to bed, and you're talking about fish going up your.
Right, AGM is not going to be in the Amazon. We're not going to Amazon.
It's when they go up the Khyber Pass, you've got problems.
But the thing is, right? We got to ask Jamie first, right? If we do go to the Boracay and do that, right? Do you have Wi-Fi and the cable channel that shows Spurs games?
Jamie,
there would be sports bars in Boracay. Palawan is a bit. If you go to Palawan, you go to Coron, but Coron is like quite select, so it might be quite pricey.
Jamie, you live there. The whole point is to fly everyone out of where they live to go somewhere different. This is the whole point.
Look. I've been to Palawan. I've not been to Coron. Coron is like select. I haven't been to Boracay since 2010, so a lot's changed.
Close.
No, they closed it to clean it up, and it's open again.
Where's the biggest Spurs supporters club outside of the UK?
We gotta go to South Korea. There's no sun and there's no beach.
Oh, is it really? Is it? No, but is that? Are they Spurs supporters or are they some Kinmin Sun supporters? I mean, official supporters club.
Stel, go and make a poll on Twitter and we'll find out.
Yeah, see how many votes Sonny gets. I always remember that Player of the Year vote when Moussa Sissoko was nailed on to win it, wasn't he? And then like all the Sonny fans just voted for Son, and he won it in a landslide, didn't he? He can't win any poll at Tottenham with the South Korean fans.
When Sonny's involved, no chance. Nah, but what Stel you're saying that if you all go to Miami, right? Then Mari didn't go anywhere.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Where have I not been? Do you know what? I've never been to the Caribbean.
Let's see who's in the Caribbean.
Okay, well, no, actually, having said that, I saw a goal scored by Michael Antonio. Jamaica again. Who were they playing? Jamaica were playing against in the recent fixture. USA, yeah, against USA, and he scored an absolute bullet against them. I was like, West Ham are making my head spin because they're not being West Ham like this season.
West Ham is good this year, right? Moyes has got them playing well, right? But we're not going to go to West Ham. Guys, I'll put you in the back room for a while Jamie and I do the closing and to say the thank yous to all the guys in the chats, right? Just hang out around the back room for a while, then we can continue our chat there, guys. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Any last words?
Levy out.
Leave you out. Come on, you Spurs. Leave you out.
CTID.
All right, guys, catch up in a short while. Hi, Jamie. Short and sweet, a nice show, right? Not too long. I mean, it's international break, nothing much to talk about. But of course, I just want to repeat one thing about what Colin said earlier today. Yesterday, right? I guess in the UK, so on Talk to K show, is that the festive seasons are close, right? A lot of people might feel a bit lonely if they don't have friends and family around. If you guys need to reach out to any of us, right? please don't be shy, right? We are here for you, and we're all part of the family. And of course, I would like to say thank you to all the guys who've been supporting us, like Amzo, Colin Lunsdom, right? Jamie Pretty, Cody Mack, right? Ankit from Almighty Bruce, right? And of course, we've got Chris Agamba, Scott M, The Knight, right? Thanks for your support. Wayne Bonner, big up to Wayne Bonner. Amzo, John Fitzpatrick, right? Guys, thanks for your support. Scott M, right? And guys, we'll catch up again on Sunday. We'll be doing the 1 p.m.
Is it going to be a crazy cast?
No, there's no crazy cast. We'll be doing the 1 p.m.
No, because the game's on Monday. The game's on Monday, yeah.
The game's at 12:30 a.m. our time Monday, right? So it's going to be a late game. So we'll still do the 9 p.m. Malaysian and Philippine time show. It's actually 1 p.m. GMT, Spurs Vision TV. Please like, subscribe to our channel, and of course the channel for chefs like Spurs. And
we're nearly at 200. 184 at the moment.
Okay, 184, guys. Right, thanks. And of course, Cody, thanks, big up. Right, like I'm saying before, I'll let Jamie say the last words, but I'll say again, guys. Festive seasons are coming, right? If you need to reach out to someone, we are always around. Just drop us a message. We have our Twitter's account. You can drop it into the Spurs Vision account, right? If you need to talk to someone and all that, guys, take care, right? Be ready for the next game that's coming up, right? And what I'm going to say is, Levy out. Come on, you Spurs. And Jamie,
go ahead. Just echo what was said by Eugene. It's all the good stuff he's been saying. You know, so one Hotspur, one club, one family, one love. Right. Levy out, Conte in. Let's get our act together.
Yeah, in Conte we trust. Good night, guys.